All right, so today we're looking at a piece of hardware that, well, it sort of feels like it's trying to cheat physics.
It absolutely is.
We have the Kramer DTAXRD2-IN2-F34 on the virtual desk here. And if you can get past that monster of a model number, what you're really looking at is a solution to a huge problem.
It's the classic integrator's dilemma, right? You've got a server room here and a massive 4K display, say, 300 feet away.
And you want it all. You want the full 4K at 60 hertz. You want that perfect 4.4.4 color space.
Mm-hmm. And historically, you try to push that much data down a long copper cable, and the cable just laughs at you. The signal dies.
Exactly, because your standard HDBaseT, it often tops out around 10 gigabits per second.
Yeah.
But for that full fat 4K experience, you need 18 gigabits. So
Yep.
how is this Kramer card bridging that gap?
Well, that's where the D in that long model name comes in. It stands for DSC.
Display stream compression.
You got it. The card is using HDBaseT 2.0, but the secret sauce is that VA standard compression algorithm.
And we should probably clarify, because compression can be a really dirty word in the high-end AV world.
Oh, absolutely. But this isn't like crunching a photo down into a blurry JPEG. It's extremely lightweight, and it's considered visually lossless.
So what's it actually doing?
Basically, the card takes that huge 18 GBps stream, which is, just physically too big to fit down a standard see-a-cat table at those distances, and it squeezes it just enough to fit.
Then it just unzips it at the receiver end.
Precisely. And that's how they can claim full support for HDR10 and even 3D pass-through. It's pretty clever stuff.
It's basically letting you push the hardware beyond its natural physical limits. And the distances we're talking about here are really significant.
They are. You're looking at up to 100 meters, that's 330 feet, for the full 4K signal.
Which is already impressive.
And it gets better if you drop the resolution. For a 2K setup, you can get 130 meters. But the one that really stands out to me is this ultra mode.
Okay.
For a 1080p installation, like maybe for digital signage in a massive convention center, you can run this thing 180 meters.
Wait, that's almost 600 feet.
600 feet on a single cable.
That's incredible. And that flexibility is key, I imagine, since this is a modular card designed for Kramer's matrix switchers.
It is. You're not just buying a one-off box. You're slotting this into a bigger system. But let's look at the physical ports, because for an installer, the video is only half the battle.
Right, and this thing is just loaded with control ports. I see RS-232, I see IR.
And they're bidirectional. That's the important part. Since HDBaseT carries all those control signals with the video, you aren't just, shouting commands into the void.
The bidirectional part is huge for troubleshooting, right?
Yeah.
It means your control system can actually get feedback from the device at the other end.
Exactly. You can ask the projector if it's actually on or check its lamp hours, all from the rack through the same cable that's carrying your 4K video.
And it's extending Ethernet, too.
Yep, 100 minute piece. So that smart display at the far end of the building gets a hardwired LAN connection without you having to pull a whole separate cable just for internet.
Okay, and what's this analog audio jack here? Is that for embedding?
It is, yeah. Embedding and de-embedding, a huge time saver. You can take a separate audio feed, like from a mic, and inject it right into the HDMI stream at the card.
So no need for extra boxes in the rack.
It really cleans things up.
So let's talk about the investment. This isn't a cheap little extender. We're looking at a list price of around $1,600.
It's a premium product, no doubt, but you have to weigh that against the cost of labor and all the other materials. I mean, if you had to run separate cables for video, control, internet, and audio.
And then troubleshoot all four of them when something goes wrong.
Right. Suddenly that $1,600 for a single cable solution starts to look like a bargain. Plus, you get a real factory warranty.
At the end of the day, reliability is what matters. If that screen goes black during a big presentation, nobody cares how much money you saved on the hardware.
That's the bottom line. This is built for mission-critical stuff.
So before we wrap up looking at this technology, DSC letting us push 18 gigs over standard copper, it does make you think about where we're all headed. It really does. We're using pure math, these clever compression algorithms, to squeeze every last drop of performance out of copper wire.
So it makes you wonder, have we finally hit the actual physical speed limit of the copper itself?
And is the only way forward from here not better cables, but just smarter math, smarter compression?
A good question to think about for the next time you're out on a job. That wraps up our deep dive on the Kramer DTAXRD2-IN2-F34. Thanks for joining us.